Apple launched its cutting-edge iPhone 13 series at its California streaming event. The new iPhone models are the iPhone 13 mini, 13, 13 Pro, and 13 Pro Max. They are all available to purchase worldwide, but because of the difference between regions, the smartphone price will vary across the world. To show you how the most recent iPhone 13 series is priced around the world, we have made an inside and out value survey in different locales. So hello everyone, welcome to our brand new video. Today, we will show you a pricing review of the iPhone 13 series across the world. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Pricing in the UK. The price of the all-new iPhone series in the UK is higher than the US pricing. The biggest reason for that is the warranty. Apple provides a warranty in the UK for 2 years instead of 1. You have to get a 20% VAT in the UK to buy a new iPhone. Here's a short price list of all the new iPhones. The iPhone 13 mini begins at £679. The iPhone 13 begins at £779. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at £949, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at £1,049. Price in EU. UE includes countries like Italy, Denmark, Hungary, Sweden, etc. Being a European country, iPhones are quite expensive in these countries also. The reason is also the tax. You need to pay a tax from 15 to 20% there to buy a new iPhone. Here's a price list in some of the EU countries. In Italy, the iPhone 13 mini begins at €839. The iPhone 13 begins at €939. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at €1,189, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at €1,289. Hungary is a country where smartphones are pricey. iPhone's no exception. Let's have a look at iPhone 13 series price here. The iPhone 13 mini begins at $294,994. The iPhone 13 begins at $334,994. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at $424,994, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at $464,994. In Denmark. Here's the price of the iPhone 13 series in Denmark. The iPhone 13 mini begins at 6,199 Danish krone. The iPhone 13 begins at 6,999 Danish krone. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 8,999 Danish krone, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 9,699 Danish krone. In Sweden, as a European country, iPhone is quite expensive in Denmark, but that is still less than a country like India. Here's a price of the new iPhone 13 series. The iPhone 13 mini begins at 8,595 krona. The iPhone 13 begins at 9,795 krona. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 12,295 krona, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 13,495 krona. Price in the Middle East. iPhone is not less expensive in the Middle East countries. For instance, here's the price of the iPhone 13 in the UAE. The iPhone 13 mini begins at AED 2,999. The iPhone 13 begins at AED 3,399. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at AED 4,199. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at AED 4,699. In Saudi Arabia, the iPhone 13 mini begins at 3,299 Saudi Riyal. The iPhone 13 begins at 3,799 Saudi Riyal. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 4,699 Saudi Riyal, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 5,199 Saudi Riyal. Price in Asia. Due to high import duties and tax rates, iPhone is quite expensive in Asian countries like India, Japan, etc. Here's the price list of the iPhone 13 series in some of these countries. In India, the iPhone 13 mini begins at 69,900 rupees. The iPhone 13 begins at 79,999 rupees. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 119,900 rupees. and the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 129,900 rupees. In China, because all of the Apple production activities and operations are present in China, so pricing here is moderate. It's not too expensive. Here's the price list of the iPhone 13 series in China. The iPhone 13 mini begins at 5,199 renminbi. The iPhone 13 begins at 5,999 renminbi. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 7,999 renminbi. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 8,999 renminbi. In Japan, Japan is one of the nations with the least expensive iPhone 13 models on the planet. The Japanese costs of the iPhone 13 series are near the US costs. Here's the price list. The iPhone 13 mini begins at 86,800 yen. The iPhone 13 begins at 98,800 yen. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 122,800 yen. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 134,800 yen. Price in North America. The US is a part of North America, so pricing there is the same, as Apple is a company in the US, so you can get the cheapest iPhone there. Here's the price. The iPhone 13 mini begins at $699. The iPhone 13 begins at $799. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at $999. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at $1,099. Price in South America. South America includes countries like Brazil. Here's the price of the iPhone 13 series in Brazil. The iPhone 13 mini begins at 6,599 Brazilian real. The iPhone 13 begins at 7,599 Brazilian real. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 9,499 Brazilian real. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 10,499 Brazilian real. Price in Australia. In Australia, the cost of the iPhone 13 models are pretty much like the UAE costs. Indeed, they are a piece lower than the last mentioned. Here's a peek of the iPhone 13 series price list. The iPhone 13 mini begins at 1,199 Australian dollars. The iPhone 13 begins at 1,349 Australian dollars. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 1,699 Australian dollars. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 1,849 Australian dollars. Price in Africa. Africa includes countries like Nigeria and more than 50 countries. But here's a price list of iPhone 13 in some of these countries. In Nigeria, the iPhone 13 mini begins at 332,500 Nigerian naira. The iPhone 13 begins at 379,750 Nigerian naira. The iPhone 13 Pro begins at 568,750 Nigerian naira. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max begins at 616,000 Nigerian naira. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about it? Let us know in the comment section below. If you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.